Right, Shalom, this is your brother Shamar from the Phoenix camp. And with that being said, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the elders of Great Millstone, and peace and salutations to the brothers that are doing this work in truth and sincerity. And we're going to jump right into the scripture. This is Proverbs 16 and 4. So the Lord has made all things for himself, yea, even the wicked for the day of evil. So the Lord made all things for himself. You know, if you go to Revelation, it says that all things were created for his pleasure, man. Just go ahead and get that. So you got to understand that the Lord, he made wickedness, or the idea of wickedness, and he made also the wicked. And he also made he also made a certain people for the pure sake of destruction. And he also made a nation or a group of people for blessing and everything in between. So basically, you know, you don't understand that, you know, these people out here, they don't understand the nature and character of the Most High, of who you call God according to the Bible. This is Revelation 4 and 11. Said, "Thou art worthy, O Yahweh, to receive glory and honor and power, for thou hast created all things." See, even the wicked. Let's go back to Proverbs 16 and 4. Salah. This is Proverbs 16 and 4. The Lord has made all things for himself. Now, you know, just focus on that. The Lord has made all things for himself, yea, even the wicked for the day evil, even the wicked. So the scripture telling you right there, like, yeah, the wicked too. So, you know, like, people say, well, why does the Most High allow wickedness in this world? That's like the number one so-called philosophical question that people ask. Well, because the Lord made it. The Lord made the wicked. Let's go back to Revelation 4 and 11. "Thou art worthy, O Yahweh, to receive glory and honor and power, for thou hast created all things, and for thy pleasure they are and were created." Let's get that word pleasure. It says determination, that is choice, purpose, desire, pleasure. What one wishes and one determined shall be done, of the purpose of Yahweh. So the Lord made the wicked, and when we say the wicked, we're specifically talking about Esau, Edom, who is known today as the so-called white man. The Lord made a so-called white man for his own purpose, and that one of the purposes of the so-called white man is to be a example of wickedness to the Israelites and to the rest of the world, to be a punishing to you Israelites, because this is the Lord's movie. You know, he created the wicked, so they were predestined to be wicked. Just like there's a certain elect men in all the nation of Israel, together, they're destined to ultimately be righteous. You know, we understand, 2/3 of the nation of Israel are going to be destroyed, and the elect in the 1/3 will be saved out of the hellhole when the Lord starts destroying America. But let's get so this is all the will of the Lord, man. Let's get Romans 9 and it is all in the Bible, Old Testament, New Testament. Predestination, the creation of wickedness, the creation of righteousness, the Lord's plan and purpose to destroy a certain nation and to put other nation up. It's all in the Bible, man. And it's 100% contrary to what Christianity teaches, man. So let's go to Romans 9 and start at verse 12. Well, I'll start at verse 8. "That is, that they which are the children of the flesh, those are not the children of Yahweh, but the children of promise are counted for the seed." So the children of the flesh, those are not the sons of the Most High. So God doesn't love everybody. And the children of the flesh is basically anyone that's not an Israelite, according to blood. Well, this is the word of promise. "At this time will I come, and Sarah shall have a son. And not only this, but when Rebekah also conceived by one, even by our father Isaac. For the children being not yet born, neither having done any good or evil." And that's talking about Jacob and Esau in the womb. Their paths were already predestined. It was already written how it was going to go for them, man. that the purpose of Yahweh, or one of the word purpose is pleasure, as you read in Revelation, that the purpose of Yahweh according to the election might stand, not of works, but of him that calleth. It was said unto her, the elder shall serve the younger. And this is where it tells you that it's talking about Esau and Jacob. As it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. And the Most High hates Esau, man, which the majority being the so-called white man. And we say the majority because not every white-looking person is an Edomite. There's going to be Israel and even the elect scattered among what you call white people. Let's get Psalm 7:11. The Lord hates Esau. It says Psalm 7:11, Yahweh judges the righteous, and Yahweh is angry with the wicked every day. In other words, for angry is hate. Let's get the word angry. When you're angry with someone, you don't like them. Denounce, express indignation. That's hate right there, man. To be indignant. To have indignation, be indignant, be angrily indignant, to be defiant, to be abhorrent. When you abhor somebody, you hate him. So the Lord hates Esau because he's wicked. But guess what? He created to be wicked. So you might say that, well, how's that work? You don't got to understand how it works. The Lord does everything. The Lord can do whatever the hell he wants to do, man. We're his creation. Let's get Exodus 23:5. You know, just a few quick scriptures. Exodus 23:5, and it says, was that it? No, that's luck. This is Exodus 20:5. Says, thou shalt not bow down thyself to them nor serve them. Speaking of graven images and idols of Egypt. For I, the Lord, thy power, am a jealous power, visiting the iniquities, get the word visiting, punishing the iniquity of the fathers upon the children to the third and fourth generation, then they hate me. So Esau, he's programmed to hate the Most High. That's why everything he does is contrary to the Most High. And guess what? The Most High hates Esau. Let's get Psalms 5:8. Psalms 5:8. It says, lead me, O Yahweh, in thy righteousness, because of mine enemies. Make thy way straight before my face. There's another one I want to get. I forgot where it is though, but you know, the Lord also made us have enemies, man. You know, and those enemies, they hate us. According to what? Ezekiel 35:5. Let's go ahead and get that. Ezekiel 35:5. So because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, it's talking about Esau, Edom. I shed the blood of the children of Israel. So they hate us, we hate them. The Lord hates them. Do you see how it works, man? Now, if you really want to look at it, the Bible can be considered a racist book because the Most High is racist. He prefers one nation or group over the other. That's the modern day definition of racism. He deems one nation or group superior over the other. That's the definition of racism. So the Bible is a racist book, and the Most High is a racist. He's a Israelite supremacist. Because according to the Bible, the Israelites will ultimately be over all the other nations in authority, and then the nations under them will be inferior to them, and that's what you call, according to modern day terms, racism, man. Racism being the belief that one group of people was better than the other. That's what you call a racist. You know, and that's why you see racism, because the Lord, guess what? The Lord created racism also. The Lord created the so-called white man to be a racist. And it tells you that in Ezekiel 35:5. He created the so-called white man, Esau, Edom, to be a racist. Because, you know, people always like to ask the question, well, when is racism going to stop? Never. The Lord created it. The Lord created racism, man. The Lord created the preference of one people over the other. The Lord created the wicked to hate them. You can call that racist. They have no choice but to be wicked. Just like we have no choice to go off and be punished for it by the so-called white man. You know, if you try to wrap your head around it, you're going to get lost, man, because it's just too deep and too much for the average person to understand. And when they hear us speaking like this, that's when the filter of the Most High comes in and just gives them that spirit of, oh, those niggas and pigs don't know what the fuck they're talking about. And they just move on the way, but guess what? They're marked for destruction. The Most High hates iniquity, man. Let's give Psalms 11 and 15. Is that Psalms 11 and 15 or Proverbs 11 and 15? Hold up. Psalms 11 and 5. The Lord tries the righteous, but the wicked, and him that loveth violence, his soul hateth. Who's him? Who's the wicked? Esau Edom. Who loves violence? Esau Edom, the so-called white man. Upon the wicked he shall rain snares, fire, and brimstone, and a horrible tempest. That's speaking about the destruction from the laser beams from the UFOs. When Yahweh Shai comes back, so-called UFOs, the chariots, and the ICBM missiles is going to hit America. This shall be the portion of their cup. So that's ultimately their end. That's ultimately their purpose and destination to be destroyed. For the righteous Lord loveth righteousness, and his countenance does behold the upright. So this is a story, man. The story is this. We're living in a script. You know, the apostles call it like a movie script, which is the Bible. And what's in that movie script, because they called our existence the Most High's movie. And in that script, the Lord made a certain nation of people go through certain things, and another nation of people to do other things, other nations of people to do things as well. But ultimately, the Lord's going to destroy those He created to be wicked, and He's gonna set up those that He created to be righteous, and that's going to be called the kingdom of heaven. And that's something that the average Joe can't accept, believe, or acknowledge because you don't understand how the Lord works. But with that being said, man, it's a real quick lesson. Most High will and hope was edifying. Was that I want to give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Call halal Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Let's keep on pushing. Shalom.